the heart of our conference is one keyword as well called reimagination, not very far from reinvention. But I would like to leave this conversation with this thought from you on what kind of future should leaders right now, who are responsible leaders, be it in the business, in the community level, what kind of future should they be reimagining right now?
So again, I think work is at the center of this, but also about society. And I think one of the most critical ones is inclusive. And as I did note a couple of years ago when I was speaking in Manila, is that one of the key forces is we have in society today is those of polarization and pulling apart in terms of both wealth and income and access to health and to politically, of course. We've seen that happen in many nations. So we need, that is the danger, that we start to see this accentuation of political divides, of wealth divides, of divides in access to healthcare, which is, of course, one of the most critical. And to be able to say, how do we bring together a society where all of us can participate, all of us can be able to have a basic level where we can start to build on that. And I do believe that the argument for basic universal basic income or similar structured tools, which mean that everybody can feel that they have at least some basic level of sustenance, and then they can be very actively look to how they can build on that. And because we are going to have a far more fluid, flexible economy than before. Fewer people who are full-time guaranteed employed, more people who have more unstructured work, and which leads to uncertainty. There can be benefits in terms of flexibility on all fronts, but it does mean that we need some kind of a way to be able to support those who are in this space so we can include people. So this, I think this, how is it as a society, as organizations and business, how do we guard against and push against the forces of polarization and come back to how is it we make people able to participate, able to be included, able to be part of being able to create a more prosperous society for everyone.
One thing this COVID-19 doesn't do is it doesn't discriminate. It's extremely inclusive, regardless if you're rich or poor. However, it's the poor people, they are not guarded with healthcare, that are the most vulnerable. So, I think what you've just said make absolute sense, in that in a world where the virus doesn't discriminate, everyone is vulnerable. Even if you are poor, you're spread to the rich and everyone else. So, yes.
Absolutely, and this is, so everyone is subject to this, but the access to healthcare is fundamental. And again, that's something where we can't see a divide, where those who have money can get access to health care and those who don't are not able to. That benefits nobody. So again, this changes this frame around this idea of what is the role of government relative to its citizens, what are the things which it really must be providing. And of course, this will be addressed in different nations and according to different political viewpoints. However, this, whether that is created more collectively or by governments, we do need to be able to have access to this basic health care, because that will be at the heart of, from whatever perspective you sit, of being able to create a future which is better for us all to live in.
Well, Ross, it's been a pleasure catching up with you. Thank you so much for the wonderful insight. And I wish you good health and peace of mind.
And the same to you. And I think it's all, as you've suggested, is around saying, let's envision what is possible. And this is, while this is nothing what anybody would have wanted, we have to be able to say, how can we make this an opportunity? What is, we can make this on the other side to be able to create a better society, and having this a catalyst for being able to create a better world. So I think we all can be working hard to be able to do that.
Well, we are both optimists, and you know, I look forward to a better world after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Soren.
All right, cheers. Bye.